Everybody, and welcome to another action-packed night of VSpeed Contender Series, brought to you by NEPA Towing and Recovery, Dean's Automotive, Butt Kicker, as always, powered by Nitro. Now, I am having some technical difficulties here. You're gonna have to bear with me. Looks like either update messed us up here. Something is definitely wrong. Get my SDK to work right. But we'll keep working on it and see if we can get everything up and running before the night's over with. But at least wanted to get the race up and going. Of course, last week we had a pretty exciting night. The very first time I have been broadcasting that we had an entirely new top three. Keith Hackney would definitely come away with the win. His first win of the series, since he is new to the series this year, or this season. Mike McConville coming in second, also a new driver into the series, as well as Richard Holland. All three drivers, first time in the series, round out the top three. Last season's third place in points and currently on the screen, Mr. Ryan Lang, looks to be recovering pretty well from his shoulder injury that he had earlier in the season. Finished with fourth. And another newcomer, Matty D. Clark, finished out the top five. Now, I have no clue what's going on with this SDK. It's definitely not showing up, so I'm assuming it's got something to do with the update. And of course, I waited till the last minute to figure it out. So I guess we are not running with that tonight. Let's see if we can do this. Of course, they're out qualifying currently. Right now, we have current second place in points to Hunter Kent. I apologize. I'm trying to get a ticker up on the screen here for us here. Alright, so that'll should get us through the night if I can get the SDK back up and running and everything back to normal here. Get up for it, but not one for it. Anyway. Alright, so anyway, so last week we had Keith Hackney finish in the first spot, Mike McConville in second, Holland in third, Ryan Lang in fourth, Matty D. Clark in fifth, Jason Holsworth with a good run in sixth, Joe Zader, series sponsor, finished in seventh, Stephen Massey finished in eighth, which actually moves him into the points lead. Randy McCaney in ninth, and Jim Johnson round out the top 10. Now, current point standings are as follows. Stephen Massey and with a slim margin over Hunter Kent with 151 points, Hunter at 149. Matty D. Clark in third, Darren Bruce in fourth, Adam Newton in fifth, Jason Holsworth in sixth, Brandon McCaney in seventh, Ryan Lang in eighth, Russ Bovair in ninth, and Ron Thompson round out the top 10. So right along with Hunter Kent here, and it looks like he's done got him a new ride tonight. Like a Joker on the truck there or something, or a clown. Can't really tell. That looks like a Keith Hackney special there. Last week's winner is a pretty fair painter. Picking out some nice new stuff from all of the Nitro boys. While we are getting ready to start, let's go ahead and give out love to our sponsors, starting with series title sponsor, Mr. Joe Zader and Nicotoy. As always, we love our sponsors. You guys have been strong supporters of the league for a long time. So there you have it. Red flag is out from the little warm-up there. So it looks like tonight, Mr. Hunter Kent is going to be on the pole. Last week's winner, Keith Hackney, in second. Matty D. Clark's going to round out third. Of course, tonight we are at Darlington, the famed Lady in Black. This track is one of those tracks where either people like it or they don't. There's pretty much no in between at this track. It looks like we had several trucks. We got a good turnout tonight. Got 24 trucks. Had from 16th back didn't qualify, so we shall see. All right, pace trucks getting ready to pull off here. So tonight, starting on the pole, Mr. Hunter Kent. On the outside of him will be Keith Hackney. Second row will be Matty D. Clark and Stephen Massey. Next row will be Jim Johnson and Mike McConville. Next row will be Richard Holland and Daniel Monahan. Fifth row will be Richard Malagani and Ron Thompson. Sixth row will be Ryan Lang and Joe Zader. Seventh row, Jason Holsworth and Tim Marlowe. Eighth row will be Doc Stout and Timmy Longworth. Next row will be Russ Bovair and Jimmy Babb. Next row will be Randy McCaney and Perry Snelson. Next row will be Phil Gary and DeMarco Starks. And the next row will be Cody Morgan and Doug Chappelle. Lights are out on the pace truck. Getting everybody all lined up here. We'll get ready for Hunter to bring them to the green. All right, pace truck is off.
Green, green, green.
All right, green flag is out. Like Hunter gets a good start there. Matty D's trying to get on the inside of Keith Hackney here to see if he can go ahead and take over that second spot. It looks like he's going to make that pass. The first lap is going to be led by Hunter Kent. Matty D right in tow. Keith Hackney and Stephen Massey right here. Mike McConville right behind them. Got Mr. Jim Johnson up here running up toward the front tonight. Right behind him, we have Richard Holland. Daniel Monahan right behind him. Past series champion Ron Thompson. Richard Malagani, Ryan Lang, and Jason Holsworth here all together. Got a little loose there. Those trucks to get by. Got Doc Stout coming into the picture. Still up front. Hunter Kent. Matty D. Clark right on his bumper. Got Russ back here. Randy McCaney. Perry Snelson kind of running by himself. Phil Gary. Cody Morgan right behind Phil there. And Jimmy Babb. Ford truck of DeMarco Starks. Timmy Longwood back here with Tim Marlowe. Doug Chappelle sporting the new Dodge colors. Got Joe Zader back here. I think he may have missed the start. Not really sure. Back up front, still have these two kind of going at it with each other. Hunter Kent and Matty D. Clark. They pretty much distanced himself from third place Stephen Massey. Stephen Massey was able to get it around Keith Hackney. Got about a second and a half on him. Matty D's really right on that back bumper, and he's definitely not letting Hunter get away. While these guys are being nice to each other, let's go ahead and give a little bit of shout out to our new sponsor this season, Mr. Mean Dean, of course with Mr. Andre and Associates, Greer and Associates. Long-time sponsor. Again, we love our sponsors, man. They have stuck around and allowed us to get some great drivers into the series with the support from them. This is probably the most productive free league on iRacing. And as we can see, Matty D's going to make a bid for the lead. To go right on around. Looks like Hunter just got out of it and let him go. Still up front, Matty D. Clark. He's starting to put a little space between him and Hunter. Almost a second at this point. And almost a second and a half back to third place Stephen Massey. Wonder if he has found something that no one else has found. All right. Still Matty D. Clark up front. It's at a pretty blistering pace at this point. A little over 1 second back to Hunter Kent. And a little over a second and a half back to Stephen Massey. Now, if I had to guess, these guys are probably saving a little bit. Of course, old Darlington is definitely hard on the tires. I'm sure these guys are trying to get the most out of it that they can. Do it. Keith Hackney up here in Ford. Mike McConville and fifth. He's got him a throwback routing truck. Daniel Monahan back here. They got Mr. Jim Johnson up here. Good run going for Jim Johnson tonight. Richard Holland. He's just kind of spread out at the moment. Got Ryan Lang up here in ninth. Picked up a couple spots. Currently one of our biggest movers is Russ. Bear started at 17th, up 5 positions to 12th. Got Randy McCaney. He's another big mover. Right behind Russ. He started 19, is up to 13. So he's definitely got a good run going tonight. Like leaders catching Joe Zader here, but it's like Hunter's starting to reel Matty D back in a little bit. He's done cut that little over a second lead back down to less than half a second. Like Joe Zader just going to get down out of the way. Let this guy's going by. It's like Matty D started to give up a little bit here. Hunter Kent's going to go ahead and make a bid for the lead here. Oh, gets in the wall a little bit. Looks like Stephen Massey and Keith Hackney are starting to creep their way back on up there now. So far, so good. After 26 laps, we got Mr. Hunter Kent, Matty D. Clark, that's currently getting a challenge for second by Stephen Massey. And it looks like Stephen Massey's probably going to make that pass. Keith Hackney He looks like he's going to make the pass as well. That'll put Matty D back to 4th. Daniel Monahan in 5th. Michael Conville in 6th. Johnson in 7th. Richard Holland in 8th. Brian Lang in 9th. Jason Holsworth rounds out the top 10. Still Hunter Kent showing the way. Stephen Massey in 2nd. You guys usually end up at the front of the pack somewhere or another. Last week just didn't work out. Hunter had a penalty early, and it just didn't seem like Stephen could get a run together to get up toward the front there. Keith Hackney, he won it from strategy. Stayed out till over 50 laps to make it a one-stop race. Where the majority of everybody else is on a two-stop race. Doesn't look like any of the Screaming Eagle guys here tonight. Not sure what's going on with that. The worst part about broadcasting by yourself, when you get into a rhythm in the race and there's not much going on that you can really talk about. Like we do have some racing back here between 8th, 9th, and 10th. Justin Holsworth, Richard Holland, got Ron Thompson back here. Of course, Ron's a past champion. Got Rush creeping up into this pack here. Further back, we got Doc and Richard Malagani and Bill Gary back here running together. Still up front. Hunter Kent shows the way in his Joker mobile. Got a couple trucks out of the race already. It's like Jimmy Babb retired his truck. Then Marlowe retired his truck. And so did Doug Chappelle. We got another Mopar entry there. Of course, with the new update came the new Dodge truck, the Ram truck. Mike McConville's coming in for a pit stop. Lap 41, maybe trying a little strategy here. See if he can kind of underpit these guys a little bit and pick up a little bit of time. Let's see what kind of difference it makes. Because it looks like as of right now,